Welcome to the Onstage Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Robert. Okay, that was interesting. Now, let's just say that we are here with a special guest, but in the meantime, I want to tell you about how cold it is, minus 21 degrees. And that's cold. For us, Poland, it's -2, is our -21. It's the same, different, towards the coldness of North Pole or whatever. I'm not sure. I failed my geography. But we have a wonderful special guest today, and she's a Welsh soprano, and her name is Ellen Williams, and she is amazing. So I have a special video here that I want to show. There she is. So can you hear me, Ellen? Awesome. Okay, so we're going to show one of my favorite videos. I thought I'd lay out all these videos one after another, and the first one is the one I wanted to show first. And then the last one is a grand finale, which is excellent. But let's do this. Okay, here we go. Okay, that was excellent. That was Ellen Williams. I apologize for the actual speed, but it worked this morning, and you never know what's going to happen. So let's bring her in. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Ellen Williams. Hi, Ellen.
Hello, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing well. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear
Excellent.
me?
I can. And it's a new microphone and it wasn't actually working very well, so I switched it. But I swear to you, the video was working. It was streaming well, a little jerky there, and I'm now so sad that maybe hopefully the other videos will work. But I worked on it for a couple of weeks. I tested it. Ugh.
Oh, it's always the case, isn't it? You know, I have really hit and miss Wi-Fi sometimes as well. So far we look like we're okay my end. So let's hope it stays that way.
Yeah, and here's another thing too. You will not believe this, but one of the ports on my laptop broke, and I just got this laptop, so I had to take the mouse out and use the port for that one for the microphone. Now I'm not using a mouse. I'm using the thing on the laptop that you use with your finger.
Oh, yes.
But you know, you're here. The only thing that could go wrong is you weren't here, so everything's good, right?
Yes, I'm here. I'm good. The only thing might happen my end is my dogs might want to go outside. The postman might come, but you know, we're all here.
Don't worry, I'm not getting out of this seat for 6 hours, 7, whenever you want. But just want to let everyone know this is a Welsh classical artist, Ellen Williams, and she's been praised for her poise and promise, her voice agility with silvery charm, and has been described as singing with heart-piercing sweetness. Now, let's hear it from you because I'm not the one interviewing myself. So, to people who don't know who you are, let them know. Who are you?
Well, as you said, I'm a classical singer.
Mhm.
I'm from Wales. I've sang all my life. I come from a musical background. My mother was a concert harpist, and she was playing the harp, you know, all the time when I was little. And she played all over the world actually, and she brought a lot of music into my life and my brother and sister growing up as well. And also my grandmother insisted that we'd get involved with the Eisteddfodau here in Wales, which are big cultural competitions for singing, poetry, dancing, and all of that, where I learned very early on all the Welsh folk songs and hymns and arias of Wales, and sang these all my life. So I have my background in singing comes from very traditional Welsh folk music, and I always had a classical voice. So I then went on to train in singing. I studied opera, and here I am now singing more kind of classical crossover repertoire, which is, I still sing classically, but it's more worldly accessible than opera, perhaps.
That's excellent. Really love listening to your voice. I set it up to listen to all of your music, and I'm just going, wow, that's in class. That's an angel right there.
Oh,
So
that's very
beautiful. And
kind of you.
yeah, and also the Hallelujah one. It was 2 million views, I think you said. It was 2 million.
I know, I
Like,
can't wrap my head
wow.
around that. I really, as soon as it reached 1 million views, I mean, I know there are singers and artists out there with so many millions, you know, but for me, it was a milestone, and I was like, my gosh, I can't believe that so many people have watched this video, because it was a video that I just took. Actually, my boyfriend took that video for me just on an iPhone. So it was a very simple, very honest singing video. And it just kind of shows that people like to see that side of singing, that side of music. They want to feel like it's real and as if they're right there and feel the raw emotion, rather than sometimes, you know, when I've done bigger budget music videos, they haven't performed as well, or they haven't been seen by as many people. So it's interesting. But yeah, that blew my mind. And 2 million now, and it's still going up. So
I know. I'm just going, wow, 2 million. Yeah. And I saw one video where you had some guys in the background who were like clapping or whatever, and then you walked away from the microphone. It's like, you never know what's going to happen, eh?
Oh,
It's going to be actually recorded, and then you're going to see that video 20, 30 years from now. Oh,
yes. Well, that's the scary thing, isn't it? Everything that goes on the internet now
yep.
is there forever. That's how it works.
So let's go back to when you were younger. Whatever made you want to choose music? Did you want to be something else? Did you just think when you were 6 year old? Well, everyone who's a little kid dances around the hallways singing like these children's songs. And then did you go like, oh, I want to be a classical singer. I want to be an opera singer.
Oh, well, yes, I was the stereotype. I was that little girl putting on shows for her parents. I think I've seen, I mean, I don't remember any of this. I've seen their video recordings of me, and they're very cringe. And maybe I'll share them with people one day. It would be funny. But, you know, where I close the curtains and say, everybody sit down, we're doing a show. And then I'd come out and I'd sing a little song from The Little Mermaid or something. but it's funny how I was a confident child, and then during my school years, I was really a very shy performer and a shy person in school as well. So I didn't, you know, the teachers would find me very shy. I wouldn't talk much. And I loved singing, but I was quite a shy performer. I don't know if that makes sense, but once people were watching me, I was shy. Until, I don't know, I must have grown out of it. I had wonderful singing teachers and they kind of helped me along. And now, of course, you know, the last few years, I've really missed having an audience to sing to. So it's completely different now.
Yeah. Do you consider those 2 million views like you're actually performing in front of 2 million people, or is that a different feeling?
Oh, it's very different. I mean, I only kind of went over to sing more crossover music and release my music during the pandemic. Actually, it's the pandemic actually caused me to, I lost all my opera contracts and my concert work, and I thought, you know, I'm going to do some recording and release this music. And so everybody who has listened to my music, or I've sent CDs to, signed CDs, and spoken to on social media, that they've enjoyed my music. I haven't met any of these people, and they say, you know, they'd love to come to a concert. I'd love to see them at a concert one day, and hopefully we could do that soon.
Well, someone here says that they think you're one of the most beautiful vocalists we heard lately. So hopefully Josie Andy will actually come to visit and see one of your concerts.
Oh, I can see. Thank you so much. Yes, I hope so. It would be lovely to meet these people.
Yeah. So tell us, what was your favorite genre? Is it always opera? Like you went a class crossover? Like, and can you sing anything? Can you sing like Bohemian Rhapsody? Goodbye,
I think
everybody.
I think I leave that one. I don't think that would quite be my voice, but who knows? You know, I would try it. I sing everything in my voice, so
Yeah.
I think that's what classical crossover is, really, isn't it? You can sing any song. It can be a piece of rock music, it can be pop, or you know, but you sing it in your classical way and the way that I've trained to sing. What's my favorite genre? I think my favorite genre that I connect with the most and feel that makes me feel something is film music. And quite often, film music doesn't have words, does it? So it's a shame, because there are so many beautiful film scores I would love to sing, and I end up humming them and singing R's and things, but a lot of them don't have words. But you know, one of these, my favorite was Gladiator, or the soundtrack from Gladiator. I've always loved, and my producer encouraged me to record it last year. It's when I sort of stayed away from, because I didn't know how to learn the words that Lisa Gerrard sang in the film, because they're this made-up language that she sings from her heart. But I'm glad I learned them, and I loved singing that. I loved recording the video, and I can't wait to sing it more in concert. And I think those words will stay on my mind forever now.
Yeah, it was beautiful. That video that I showed where you becomes mechanical robot at sometimes, but you're just singing the out just
Yes.
just the two words. That's all
Yeah.
it is, just the two words right there. And then yeah, it's very beautiful, very beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Yes, there aren't many words in that one.
Before the pandemic, you were also singing in front of a lot of people. What's the amount? Do you get nervous if you're singing in front of 25 people, then you're singing in front of 300 people? Do you still get nervous even if you're singing in front of your boyfriend?
I would probably be most nervous if I was singing just in front of my boyfriend. My gosh, I would find that very awkward, and so would he. I don't know. I think I have got nervous in the past, and I think my nerves would stem from not knowing what I'm going to what to expect. So there's, for example, a time I can think of, I was singing at the Royal Albert Hall for the first time, and I found that journey. I went up on the train from Wales to London, and I found the journey very nerve-wracking, because it's a stage I'd never been on before, and I'd seen all these pictures on Google, and I think a lot of them are taken with, you know, this fisheye kind of wide screen. And even though I've sat in the hall before, to be on the stage, I was expecting it to feel so daunting. But actually, once I stepped onto the stage and I was giving my performance, I enjoyed it, you know, hugely. It was fine. But I think nerves for me always stem from not knowing. And I have to tell myself that's where they come from, and it'll be fine. There's far worse
Yeah,
things that could happen to you than sing in front of people.
that's true. Do you remember what your very first performance was and where it was?
I remember a very early performance, and I wasn't actually singing. I was playing the harp, and I must have been, I don't know, about 10 years old. I was part of an ensemble of harps playing on the stage of St. David's Hall here in Cardiff.
Wow.
And I remember it because I walked on the stage, and as soon as the audience started clapping, I just couldn't stop smiling. And I thought, I love this. This is where I want to be. I just enjoyed it. I can't remember the first time singing, now that I think of it, but that's always the first performance I remember because of the pure joy, I think.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like when my first, I walked into a venue to sing, and there was 300 people, and I'm like, I can't sing in front of 300 people, 20 people, but not 300 people. So I was nervous, and by the time they got to me, there was like 30 people left, and I realized that everyone that went up to sing, their parents, brothers, or family members were in the audience, and when they were finished, they picked them up and just left. They didn't
Oh,
want to watch me or all the other ones. So I realized, okay, but I think 100, I can manage 100, 101. I'm like out of there. But
oh no, it wouldn't really make such a difference, I don't think.
no, I know it's let's talk about your time when you were at the most prestigious, like the Royal Albert Hall or Cadogan Hall or Royal Concert Hall in Glasgow. What was that like?
So I sang at Cadogan Hall and Royal Concert Hall Glasgow on tour with Rhydian. So that was a few years ago now. Do you remember Rhydian from the X Factor? He is a British kind of classical crossover singer with very blonde white hair, and he's a brilliant performer. And he invited me as one of his backing singers and a guest artist in his tour, and I actually ended up singing as the support artist for a few of the dates, and that was kind of my first experience. My mind went to Welsh then. I won't start speaking Welsh. My first experience of a big classical crossover concert. So it's this classical music, of course, but played through huge speakers. You've got monitors, you've got in-ears, you've got all the system to work with, and just this huge sound. And it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I can imagine. It says here that you actually sang in front of the Prince of Wales, or you actually were in was it the Prince of Wales Buckingham Palace you sang for?
Yes, so we sang. I sang as part of a gala for the Prince of Wales in Buckingham Palace, and that was very
Amazing.
special. I mean, we had so much security to even get to where we were singing,
Wow.
and it was amazing. Yes.
How nervous were you?
I was actually doing that with a few of my opera colleagues.
Nice.
So as we were together and singing, we were singing an ensemble piece from Verdi's Falstaff. I was singing the role of Nanetta, and it was a lot of fun. We performed and had a great time.
Yeah. What goes into filming one of those videos? You said that I believe you said your boyfriend used one of the iPhones, but what goes into actually creating when you're singing outside? Do you literally sing outside and then they just put a voiceover and music over it, or is that your actual voice, or are they adding your voice later? Like, how does it work?
With most of my videos, it will depend. So the ones that are live singing with the microphone there, I'll have to find somewhere that doesn't have too much wind noise, because you can take some off afterwards. But you wouldn't want a video that's just noise, would you? So, and then the music videos that I've worked with a brilliant videographer in Wales called Nathan Lowe. He did my videos for No Time to Die, Gladiator, and Danny Boy. Oh, and Oh Holy Night. We've done 4 together now. The vocals will be recorded beforehand, and that's the vocals, the song that's released on streaming and iTunes and everything, and on the albums. And the video is then extra.
What made you want to sing No Time to Die? Did you sing the other James Bond themes?
I have sang them in concerts in the past, but I haven't recorded any of them. James Bond is one of those, the series I grew up watching, and you probably as well. And everyone will have their different favorite Bonds, don't they? Do you have a favorite Bond?
Yeah, I think GoldenEye, or
GoldenEye.
View to a Kill actually is my favorite. I love the Duran Duran version.
Oh, really?
View
Yes.
to a Kill, yeah, that was a pretty good theme. Yeah.
The theme songs have all been incredible. I think my
Yeah.
personal favorites are the ones sung by Shirley Bassey, and
Yes.
they're incredible. But it was when I was putting the collection of the EP together, Cinema, last year, I was picking songs that some were old films and some were traditional songs like Danny Boy that's been used in many films. And I just wanted to include something that was really current. And as No Time to Die was about to be released, I think, as Cinema came out, even though it should have been released 2 years before, I think. I just love that song. When I heard Billie Eilish sing it, and I wanted to put a classical spin on it and have something modern on the CD, so it was a good fit. And then I had so much fun, recording this music video. I got to dress up as a Bond girl for the day, and I've never seen myself look like that in a video. The glam hair and makeup was something different.
I think you lost your sound there.
Oh, the sound should be coming from my computer. So can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yeah. It kind of phases out and in, like it's loud and then.
Is it coming from here?
Yeah, there you go. That's good. Yeah.
Oh, right. I didn't know it was coming from here.
Yeah, speak in there, because in your voice is more pronounced.
Okay, I will.
Sorry about that. But yeah. So did it take long to film that No Time to Die video?
How long were we? We were about 4 hours, I think, which we were 4 hours going solid. There were no breaks, and we wanted to get each shot done, and we wanted to leave time to do this petal drop from the ceiling. So we dropped 4,000 red rose petals from the ceiling. And I think I only had enough petals to do that twice because we wanted to have lots of them. But yeah, I'd say about 4 hours we were, and that's quite quick for a music video.
How many cameras did they use? Just 2 or?
Yes.
Did you have to sing it more than once? Because I hear that if music videos is made, the person has to sing it like 3 or 4 times just to get every angle. Is that true for you?
Yes. So with the videographer I mentioned, Nathan, we'll plan out together the storyboard for the video that we want and what we want the message to be, and for each scene, what we'd like the backdrop to be, and even what angles we'd like. That mainly comes from Nathan. I ask for his advice and I say, which kind of shot do you think should go here? And he'll pick the shots and I'll pick maybe the angles and more of the emotion that I want to portray in that part of the song. So we only tend to do the part of the song that we're doing in that bit. So it is quite quick. We do have to do it 3 or 4 times at least, sometimes more.
I can imagine. And when it's all put together, it looks like it's just boom, 4-minute song takes 4 hours. It's like, whoa.
Oh, yes. Well, Gladiator took us 2 days. But that was lovely because we filmed it in the peak summer. It was boiling here in Wales. It was really, really warm on the coast. I think it was about 28, 30 degrees. And I think people have since told me that it looks like we filmed it abroad, maybe somewhere like Greece, because of the colouring. We were just very lucky with where the moon was and the sunsets. So
yeah, it's very beautiful down there. Like I was looking at pictures from Wales and Cardiff.
Yes.
And yeah.
Have you been to Wales?
No, actually, not yet.
Not yet. Are you coming to Wales?
I think the only time I wails is when I don't get my dinner on time, so I'd start wailing.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard that one before.
It seems that Wales seems like Australia, Wales, UK. I plan maybe in a couple of years to go commemorate my father's 100th anniversary in Curacao and then move up from Holland, and then maybe go to Scotland. But I don't know, depending, who knows?
Wow.
One day at a time.
Yes, right? One day at a time. But that sounds like a fantastic trip.
Yeah, actually, I want to do it because it'd be nice to remember him by. And so, yeah, I'm actually you never know, but just one day at a time. You never know what changes. Um, I see you. The Flower Requiem by Handel's Messiah. Wow, have you ever actually sung the Handel's Messiah itself? Hallelujah, hallelujah. Really?
Yes. Well, I think I've done a few performances of the Messiah. There was one actually where the soloists were asked to sing with the choir for some of the choir songs, the choir parts, and Hallelujah was one of them. Normally the soloist will stand up for the Hallelujah chorus, as will the audience. It's a very special part of the work, isn't it? I mean, I sang it just over Christmas, and it was one of the first performances I'd given for, I don't know how many months, more than a year, because of the pandemic. And it was just so wonderful to be back hearing live music, standing in front of the choir, then the orchestra, and having that sound wash over you. Yeah, it's something I'd missed.
That's quite a voice. So you still have a vocal teacher to teach it? Because I was wondering if it's is he also or she also a singer as well? Your vocal coaches?
Yes, well, I haven't seen my teacher in a few years now, but if I needed to go and check something or make sure everything was still working fine, I would definitely go back and see. My teacher is Suzanne Murphy. She's actually an Irish opera singer, and when she was performing, used to do a lot of work with Welsh National Opera. So there are some incredible videos of her on YouTube, and I often go back and watch those. But absolutely, I don't think I'd ever not have a singing teacher. So even though I haven't seen her in a few years, I know that if I needed to, if I felt I wanted to check everything was in place, I would go back with no doubt.
Yeah, I remember my vocal teacher. She had us do everything. We had to do like the and then the raspberry, and then
Oh
but
yes.
I noticed that soprano Trisha Line, she has a YouTube that teaches you how to sing, and she does it where you put the pencil in your mouth and you have to sing with the pencil in your mouth. That's kind of interesting.
Oh
Um,
yes.
and
Yeah,
how to
I
take.
actually use that technique because what it does, so I don't have a pencil here to show you, but if you bite on the pencil, it's if you need to have more presence in, say,
Mhm.
a lower range of your voice for a soprano, this is how it works for me. If I need more presence in the lower range, I'll check with a pencil or my finger or something just to have that sound be really present and bright in the front for the lower notes, because sometimes it can sit back, it can sit on the chest or too far back, and you need to just direct the sound. But a pencil, biting on a pencil or a straw I normally use helps that.
I'm learning a lot, but I'm thinking I'm just going to get in touch with my vocal teacher and just start from there again. But kind of missed it. Um, but a lot of times, if you want to belt, you have to push your chest out. And I saw a few Amira Willinghagen. I don't know if you heard of her. She's like she was a 9-year-old opera singer. She sang Nessun Dorma, and they teach her when
Oh
she's singing Vincelo, she has to put your arms up, and then you Vincelo, and then your arms go down like this, and it's really amazing. And I've heard a lot of, and Nessun Dorma is like my Everest. Nessun Dorma is my Mount Everest, and I think that if I can get that, then I think I've not arrived, but I can sing anything. I can sing anything, but
yeah, it's a big thing. It has a huge range in it as well.
it is, and you just yeah, you just got to go with it. But I'm looking forward to that. I hope that there's an end to this pandemic, and then we can just start singing with people again. But I've seen a lot of online singers too do like concerts on, like, they call it do like a Zoom where you have one's doing the guitar, the other one's doing the singing, the other one is over here in their own little square.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so like
And is
like a
that live?
online choir. I don't think
Oh.
that I haven't seen it done live. I don't think that would be possible unless you're actually really. I think they would send you all the videos, and then you would have the videos playing while you're doing your recording,
Yeah.
and then you would send that, and then because then there's a software you put everyone's together and to get this choir.
Mm.
I That the one I saw on YouTube was it's quite extensive the way they did that. Do you have any plans
Oh, wow.
after you get the chance to go sing with real live people finally?
Real life people.
Yeah, you know what I
Yes.
mean. Like you'd be able to
Well,
reach out and touch somebody.
oh, I know. I was just thinking as you said that, I think, was it last year or the year before? They blur into one for me, really. I sang with a male voice choir virtually.
Mhm.
So I recorded my line and the video, and it was put into a mix with the 50 of the choir men, I think. So it was lovely. We did that for St. David's Day. But real concerts, yes. So I'm hoping that a few will go ahead in the spring. Um, I'm waiting to see. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and I'm hopeful that later in the year, if anybody who's watching this, I might be able to organise one of my own concerts this year. It was too much of a risk really to do it at Christmas time when I had my Christmas album out, because I would have loved to have done a Christmas launch, but it's just been, there's too many risky factors and things change all the time. So I'm really hoping that this year it'll look better.
Who would you say is your greatest support of your music? You can't say boyfriend because that's a given.
Oh, I wouldn't have said him actually. He's quite often, I'll say, "Are you coming to my concert?" And he'll say, "Oh no, I think I watched the football actually." So the biggest supporter of my music is without a doubt my mother. And because she had a career in the music industry, as a harpist,
Mhm.
I often turn to her for advice, and it's been very helpful to have somebody who kind of just knows how things work, and to be there. And she's got a very good ear. So does my father, actually, for music. And
Oh, good.
if I want to check or show them a recording or say, "What do you think of this?" I know they'll give me an honest opinion. So
Oh, that's awesome. Anybody else in your family musical or just yourself?
um,
Besides your mother with the harpist, but I meant musical, like the singing ability.
yes, nobody sang. No, I'm not sure why. My grandmother really insisted that me and my sister both sang when we were little. And we loved singing. We sang a lot, but oh gosh, you can see my cat's just jumping on the windowsill there. Hopefully she'll stay away.
Yeah, I'm hoping Hannah doesn't kind of come up and destroy my computer like she did last time and I'm on the
Oh
stream. So
no.
now she's being streamed live to
Oh, they
yeah,
do
she's
such funny
sleeping.
things. I don't know. She's standing there like a meerkat looking
What's a
out.
black? Is that a black cat?
Yeah, well, she's grey, but
Oh,
yes.
gray. Okay. Yeah, mine's a black cat, actually. I hope she's still sleeping.
Oh, as long as they don't walk across the screen, isn't it?
I catch her sleeping on my laptop, so I'm thinking I'm going to come here and I'm going to find out she's on my laptop. So don't disturb a sleeping cat. And I'm like, oh, great. What am I going to use now?
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, so beautiful voice. I've actually looked at all your videos. I hope. And so do you have any more videos coming up? Do you be filming anything else?
So I have a new single coming out next month, and
Mhm.
I've already let my followers on social media know that I've been recording Fields of Gold,
Oh, nice.
Sting, but the Eva Cassidy version.
Mhm.
It's just such a beautiful song, and I've had this gorgeous arrangement made, and it's recorded now, so I can't wait for people to hear it. It'll be out next month. I'm thinking of maybe doing a video to go with it. It's difficult in the UK because we don't really have that golden light at this time of year, do we? So we'll see. I might do it. Depends on the weather. But people have asked me on social media, when are you recording another song? When are you releasing new music? So I know that it's something people enjoy listening to. And it's really rewarding to be told that my music or this video or hearing me sing has given somebody enjoyment in some way or made their life a little bit happier, or if they were having a bad day, it's lifted them up. So it's lovely to hear that.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, that there's a lot of sopranos and altos and tenors and mezzo sopranos and mezzos and countertenors, and there's so many out there. And many of them I've heard, a lot of them just don't want to be out there. They just rather just sing for people, sing on their own, and just go back to their day jobs, like, computer programmers or something. And it's kind of sad, but I'm glad that you're letting people know that, your voice and is very sweet and it's very angelic and it's awesome. With the first video I showed, Ave Maria, I kind of want to play the one that you did, Hallelujah, that got 2 million views.
Mhm.
So, but it's going to be a little bit jerky as well. So, Do you mind if we just play a little bit of it and it gets out of hand with the jerkiness, whatever, then we'll just stop.
Yeah,
But,
of course.
Okay, so this is the one that 2 million views. This is incredible. Here we go.
We heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift, the baffled king composing Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Hallelujah.
So that was actually really, really nice. I don't know why I got that jerkiness there. It was going well the earlier. So I have to figure that out. But sorry about
These
that.
things always happen, don't they? No problem.
Yeah, it's it doesn't make the stream go any like, you prefer things to be perfect, right?
Oh, I know, wouldn't we all?
So tell us what's on the agenda for later for the do you have any plans to how about traveling? You plans to travel to sing and
Travel to sing. Well, I was hoping, there were talks last year about some concerts abroad. They haven't come into fruition yet because I think lots of venues everywhere are reluctant to book concerts. I think there's so much just it's very risky, and sometimes I think venues aren't always covered for insurance if concerts are cancelled because of COVID at the moment.
Yeah.
So abroad, I don't have anything official at the moment. I'm going to hope that I can have a few concerts in the UK here first and work up to that hopefully next year. But I would love to. I've actually come back from a holiday just a few days ago. I'm still jet lagged, so I feel very lucky to have got to go away and go to the sun. It was 3 years coming. So it was lovely to have some sun. But yeah, I'd love to travel abroad and sing. I'm just keeping everything crossed that things continue to improve. But in the meantime, I'm working on my music in the UK. So I am working on a new album this year. It's the first time I've said that. So that's very exciting. I'm hoping to be able to release this at the end of the spring, early summer. And there'll be some singles released along the way just to show everybody what I'm working on.
Oh yeah. How long does it take you to learn a song? For instance, Hallelujah, how long did it take you to learn that? Or do you actually have words in front of you away from the camera? Or do you actually remember all these lyrics?
I have this freaky ability to remember so many lyrics. I always have, and really silly songs as well. So I'll remember kind of words from Disney films from childhood, like perfect word for word, or Britney Spears songs that I used to listen to when I was 8 years old or something. So I do remember words very quickly. And the lovely thing about classical crossover music is that I am recording songs which I love, and I think that the audience would love as well. So Hallelujah, Leonard Cohen, there's been so many versions of this, and it's a song that people love to hear. The words are very meaningful. The words are very raw, really, that Leonard Cohen, the way he sang it was so honest and obviously heartfelt. And it's also a song that people have had their own experiences in life with, as is, Danny Boy, which has been played at weddings, funerals. It was grandfather's favorite songs always. So lots of the songs I sing have a lot of meaning for the audience, and it's the same for myself, really. They're songs that I have always known. I can't remember sitting down and learning the words, but I've always known these words, and they've been sang. My grandmother, I'm sure, sang Danny Boy to me, so I will have heard that so many times. What else have I sang? My Love Is Like a Red, Red Rose was another one that I recorded, and I I heard that, I don't know, being played by older family members with the Eva Cassidy CD and things like that. So a lot of these songs are ones that I've grown up listening to.
Do you know I heard a version of that by Father Ray Kelly? Know if you're familiar with him?
I know that, yes, okay, I know the name.
He was singing Hallelujah in a church for somebody's wedding. The singing priest, and then he had over 2 million views on YouTube of him singing for this couple who got married in the Catholic Church. And so now he did a concert, and people come to see him. They said, "This is great, a singing priest," So it's pretty good. And you never know who out there you're going to find has this super voice, and that's what America's Got Talent and Britain's Got Talent, all them. That's what they're there for, because they find these people, and then they end up like, yeah, it's amazing. Who's your ultimate artist that you want to sing with? Who's the ultimate? Like, who do you want to be duetting with?
Who do I want to duet with?
Yeah.
Well, I love Josh Groban's voice. That would be a dream come true to sing with Josh Groban.
Yes.
I would love to perform with Andre Rieu.
Andre Rieu, yeah, isn't he the violinist or the
violinist? Yes,
violinist,
yes.
Yeah, Hootie Menuhin, yeah.
Yeah. Andrea Bocelli would be a dream. There's so many. I feel like I am just naming like dreams here.
Yeah.
How about yourself?
Me? One day. Like, I'm getting at the age where I'd probably end up sending people to sing with people. At the point, like, I'm going to plan to get a vocal coach and just start again because of the pandemic and other things and other issues. I think it was about 2015, 2016 when I stopped doing like the touring, and I was part of a men's group at the church, and we traveled and sang with my pastor and 3 other gentlemen. And then after about 2014, I think 15, we stopped. So I want to get back into it. And the 2 years now of this pandemic, I don't want to say that word because I know YouTube has a thing. If you say any of these dealing with like pandemic, they give you these warnings. So I'm just
does it?
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But eventually, when everything goes said and done, I'll just get one to learn online. And I already got some equipment. I got a recording studio that's almost done in my storage room there, and just do something, just enjoy it.
It looks great when you've got your mic set up, the one behind you as well. It looks ready to go.
Yeah. And then I have this microphone here, which is for the singing online. And but yeah, you're like amazing, and just don't give up.
Oh, thank you. Well, we'll see if any of those dreams come true. If I get to sing with Andrea Bocelli or Josh Groban, well, wow, that would be a dream.
Josh Groban's my favorite, and when I said "Don't Give Up," he's got the song of "Don't Give Up."
Comes into your mind.
Yeah. Do you ever do that when you're actually in a moment and somebody says something and it's a line or a lyric or a title that you just start singing that song?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. I think it's quite annoying actually, but I still do it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. But if you're not singing, what do you do in your spare time? Do you have a hobby or anything else apart from singing? Or are you writing your own music?
Well, I don't really have a lot of time at the moment because I'm working on my album and everything that, goes into it. But I would love to have time to write my own music. So if I do have a week or so where I'm not busy, then I do try and sit at the piano or take my notepad and write things down. I would love to have more time to do that. It's something I really want to get into, but I don't know. Life's just so busy, isn't it? For everybody, time just goes so fast. I'm also renovating part of my house at the moment, so that takes a lot of time, and I spend a lot of time on YouTube watching how to do various things because I do enjoy a bit of DIY and very light, like painting or putting shelves up or that sort of thing, but I still want to do it correctly. So by doing some renovations.
Yeah, we have a Canadian I think she's more like a homemaker or whatever, named Meg Ruffman, and she has some really good YouTube videos. She tells you how to like fix cupboards and put down floors, and she's actually quite prolific. Actually, she's been around for
Oh,
a while,
okay.
but yeah, but she still does a lot of stuff on YouTube, and you can actually learn a lot on YouTube.
Yes, maybe I need to look at that because I have a lovely parquet flooring, which was from 1930s. It was put down, and I really want to move it to a different room. So we might
Oh,
have to get the professionals in, but I think I want to try and see if we can move it. So things like that. It's kind of, I find it relaxing as well. It's nice to, sometimes you need to switch off from music. I mean, if today I'm recording or working out how I want to record the vocals for my album, and it's been nice to have a break from that and come and chat with you for an hour, and then I'll go back afterwards.
and yeah, and what's funny is what you mentioned, and I was interviewing Lucy Kay some months ago, and she actually said that she did grave digging. And then I asked her, "Do people recognize you?" And I think she mentioned a couple of them that were around there recognized her, but others are like, "You got a great voice. You should get out there."
Oh, really?
But it's
Oh,
true. It's true because you have street buskers, you
yeah.
have people just playing these beautiful guitars, and you just throw them money, but many of them just do it. Just they don't really want the fame or the fortune or anything, and others just they want that, and it's just. But as soon as you said that you wanted to change that parquet, the thing I was thinking,
Mm.
parquet. You should think of a
Oh,
song that has that word in there, parquet.
I don't know one off the top of my head.
Well, let's see if we can get some questions here. Someone wants to ask. Oh yeah, they also asked about your hobbies. Said, do you prefer to sing inside or do you prefer to sing outside? And does it have something to do with the acoustics as well?
Yes. Well, I will sing anywhere. I mean, I've been known to be on walks in the countryside. I love walking, especially at the summertime when it's lovely and warm and being outside. And I've been singing to the cows who find opera especially very interesting. They always come running if I sing O mio babbino caro. But as a serious answer, there are venues which are really lovely to sing in, and the acoustic really helps that. So, of course, churches are often a really lovely place to sing. You have this wonderful, warm, rounded acoustic. And one of my favourite venues to sing in is St. David's Hall in Cardiff, where I've sang many times. And it's just, I don't know if it's built in a certain way where you can stand in the centre of the stage and your voice will ping right to the very back and the top up there. So the acoustic will make a difference of where I like to sing, but you learn to make your own acoustic as well. So you've got, these built-in microphones on your face here, which will help your sound carry to the back of the room. And it's important to use those sometimes more times than others.
Yeah, I know someone who actually went top of a mountain and they started their own rendition of "Winner Takes It All" by ABBA on top of a mountain.
Oh,
And
really?
I'm thinking, if you're going to sing "Winner Take It All" or "Winner Takes It All" by ABBA, you're going to stand on top of the Grand Canyon, because then you got your own acoustics there, because you got the actual canyon. Your voice goes in the canyon. You get some sort of ricochet, but not too much, and it sounds great. It's natural. It's all natural. And then you use drones with cameras to follow around like this, and it's just amazing, just how it's beautiful. And I walked. A friend of mine, he took me to this old abandoned warehouse, and it had these really wonderful acoustics, like not too much of an echo, but it was great. And I just belted out Ave Maria. It was amazing. It's the other Ave Maria. Ave Maria, the one by, I think it was by Schubert. I think Schubert or Bach, one
Or
of those.
Schubert, yeah.
Yeah. And the one you sang was, I think, from Cassini, was it?
Caccini's version,
Caccini, yeah.
yeah.
Caccini, not Cassini. Okay.
Oh, well, Caccini, yes.
But yeah, so, but I noticed that there are, like in the subway, there are some pretty good acoustics. In the
Really?
subway? Yeah. In the subway, there's some good acoustics, some good echo. You don't want too much of an echo. And
you quite often get, people busking or singing in the subway or in the tube in London. There are quite often people at certain stops always singing, making music.
Someone's asked, if you weren't singing, what would you be doing?
Well, what would I be doing? So I actually went to university to study languages. So I've always loved, modern languages and different cultures and meeting people and how you can have different personalities in different languages, or you can dream in different languages. And I found it all very fascinating. So I studied languages. I studied European languages at university, and I still love speaking to people in different languages. So if people message me in Spanish or Italian, in French and German, I will try and respond in that language, because it's nice to speak with people in their language and make an effort. So I would probably, I've said language so many times, be doing something with languages. I don't know exactly what, but probably something to do with culture and travel and language, maybe.
How many languages do you know? Do you mind me asking? Besides Welsh.
Well, a few. So I'm bilingual in Welsh and English. And I spent some time living in Spain. So at that time, a few years ago, my Spanish was fluent, and I don't speak it as often anymore. So it's a little bit rusty. It would take a bit of time for me to be fluent in Spanish. But it definitely can get by in a conversation in Spanish, French, German, maybe, and Italian, because I spent some time in Italy on various opera courses while I was studying opera. So
Well, that's awesome.
those are the languages. And wherever I travel, I like to learn a new phrase. So, even if years ago, I went to Thailand and I learned how to say hello or goodbye in Thailand. I'll always try and do that.
Yeah, like in Dutch, it would be dag, or good evening would be goedendag. Is that
Oh,
like
right.
the
I don't
sound?
know those ones. Okay.
No. And tot ziens is another way of saying goodbye in Dutch, but you can also use bye, because they speak English in Holland.
Oh, yeah.
But the one thing is that in Holland, like, if you know Dutch, you gotta speak it perfectly and properly. If you don't say the sound like dag, then they're not gonna. They want you to speak in English.
They'll answer you in English. Yeah.
I got the same thing in Montreal when I tried to order a coffee, and I didn't order it in French properly, and it just went. Or I went into a restaurant and I tried to say, my girlfriend at that time said, yeah, and I said in French that I wanted which party of two, and he goes, English, come here.
Oh, it's
like
a
he didn't.
shame, because you want to try, don't you? You want to practice, or you want to try and improve, and yeah.
This guy was an arrogant guy, yeah. So where do you find yourself? Oh, have you ever been late to a venue?
Not that I can remember. No, I don't think so. Is that a question, or was that one of your questions?
Yeah, no, that's a question to you.
Oh, I don't think. No, I haven't ever been late, because there's normally either a sound check or a rehearsal or something beforehand. So I would never be late for a concert.
No, that's good. Well, I certainly hope you get a chance to duet with Josh Groban. I can imagine.
Oh, thank you. Keep your fingers crossed for me.
Yeah, there's I think her name was Vanessa Lee or something. I think she during a Josh Groban concert, she requested to go up and sing with him, and what came out of her mouth was absolutely stunning. And now she's all over the place, just incredible. And this actual video of her that actually went viral of her singing with Josh Groban. And there was another guy that did the same thing, and he sounded like Josh Groban, and he's like, "Whoa, whoa, what?"
Yeah, wow.
But yeah, you got like talent out there, and it's perfect. Let's see, there's another question here. Do you ever stop?
Do I ever stop singing or working?
Yeah, because you got a lot of videos on there. I want to know, do you ever stop? Like, do you ever stop singing? Is there a time when you just want to be quiet?
Oh, well, as I said, I've just had a lovely break, which was nice. But I didn't stop. I was singing Fields of Gold on my holiday, because I knew I had to record it when I was home. So I was working out how I wanted to sing it. sometimes I just can't stop singing. So yesterday, I think I put on my social media that I'd come into the kitchen and I told myself I was going to have an hour of vocal rest just because I needed just to feel refreshed. But then when I was waiting for my tea to brew, I sang through, what did I sing through? Just so many different songs were stuck in my head. I had Lady Gaga, I had some Disney
Wow.
songs, and I had some Rimsky-Korsakov opera in my head, which I just started singing. Sometimes I just can't be quiet, and I don't know what's wrong with me because I was, I needed to just rest for a little while, but
Yeah, I noticed
what
that
can I say?
you appeared as soloist in the premiere of the Bards of Wales, conducted by Sir Carl Jenkins. Jenkins, that's quite a name, Carl Jenkins. Wow.
Oh, it was incredible. I mean, my part was quite small. I sang the part of the minstrel. This was just before I started studying singing at conservatoire, and it was a huge thing for me at the time. And it was with full symphony orchestra and the choir, and conducted by Carl Jenkins, and had wonderful soloists. So it's a very special memory.
Yeah, I'm thinking you should maybe get a duet part and do like "Shallow" by Lady Gaga. That might be an actual one you could do, but then you have to figure out who you would do it with.
Yeah.
Like who would be the guy's part? Oh, actually, did your boyfriend sing? Maybe you can teach him how to sing it.
Oh gosh, no, he does not. No. No, definitely not.
Yeah, but there's so many talent on YouTube. I'll give you one more question.
I sang with some wonderful soloists on my Christmas album. So I had some fab duets with the dark tenor in Germany. So have you heard of Billy Andrews?
No,
The dark tenor.
No, why does he call himself the dark tenor?
He's making like Mozart. I think he's got a new tour at the moment, Mozart Rocks, and he takes classical music and makes it kind of rocky, but he has
Really?
more of a pop classical voice, and we sang the prayer together.
That's like that scene from I don't know if you've seen Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure where they had Mozart or Beethoven was slippery when wet, but he was putting a classical spin on it.
Oh, I don't know. I need to see that.
Yeah, that was excellent.
Yeah. So he
Um,
was great. I did a duet with him and an American tenor, John Risen. So I think we might look at more duets in the future as well, which is exciting.
I never heard of that guy. Who? John who? What's his name?
Risen, John
Risen, yeah.
Risen. So he
Yeah.
does. He's doing very well on operatic stages in the US right now.
Well, that's good. Yeah. Well, tell you one thing. Anybody who wants to do it with you is pretty special. So be
Oh,
excellent.
that's very kind of you.
Yeah, it's really nice. But and one more is what's your favorite areas? Areas. Not area like space, but areas. Like an area. ARIA.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I know. Eh?
Arias. Yes.
Arias. That's it.
I don't speak to many people with a Canadian accent,
Yeah. It's
You were
me.
very clear. I was very slow in understanding.
Fine.
Arias, what do I like? I love to sing the Song to the Moon aria for Jacques. What else do I like? I like some Puccini. I do like singing Mio Papino Caro and Quando me ne vo from La Bohème. Juliet's Waltz is another of my favorite ones, Je veux vivre. So
Wow. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Any Mozart aria as well. All the characters, the damsels in distress that end with A. I sing those. So Zerlina, Despina, Pamina, any of those A characters.
Yeah. The song you did. I had a walk with. What was it? Walk with the Angels? No.
What's it called? Voice of an Angel?
Was it Make Me a Channel for Your Peace? No, that was a different one.
Voice of an Angel was on my Christmas album, and I
Yeah, that's
recorded
the
a
one, yeah.
video. I
Yeah.
recorded a video for that. Oh, it's
Yeah.
such a beautiful song. It's one I actually only found last year. So that is a song I had to learn the words for because I didn't know that one. But it's just so touching and beautiful by Irish singer-songwriter Liam Lawton, and I think he's got some really beautiful music. I would love to sing more of his songs. I'd probably look into them at some point.
What about John McDermott? You ever heard of him?
I don't know. Why do I know that? I'm not sure. I can't picture.
Joe McDermott. I think he's an Irish tenor. I think. I used to listen to him, and but when you sing, you got to usually sing with an American accent. Like I've seen people have this really thick Scottish accent sing with an American accent. I've
Oh,
never,
right.
yeah. And then you have like the Wellerman, which are the shanty songs. What do you got?
Mm,
Irish songs, I guess you got.
yeah.
Yeah, that
They
just
sound better in the original accent, don't they?
yeah. Well, this was a really wonderful interview. I really appreciate it. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you very much. It's been lovely to chat with you.
Yeah, nice, lovely to chat with you too. I wanted to play this grand finale song, and knowing that everything's going to be kind of jerky, kind of like disappointed, but I added something to the end of the actual
Oh,
song.
yes. You told me
Ho-
on Twitter that I would
yeah,
be excited to see this.
hopefully I can get through the whole song without you being this mechanical robot, because
Oh,
I don't know why it's like that, because the last streams I had, the videos were fine, and I decompressed these videos so that they would be able to be more easily streamed, but it's not working that well. So let's try this one. But Ellen Williams soprano, Ellen Williams soprano, it's great talking to you. I'm so happy to have been able to get you on, and it's been a long time coming, and I'm so happy that you were able to talk to me, and excited to hear that you want to talk to me. And I'm so happy that this was a wonderful wonderful interview, and I hope that you will keep making music in your future. Don't miss anything.
I will. Thank you, Chris. And you too.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see if we can play this. This is No Time to Die, and hopefully that we can get through the whole thing, and then you can see the ending, because then when it ends, it's a perfect time to end the broadcast, like a finale. So like I wanted you to go out with a bang, sort of. I was actually going to have it where at the end of the song I was going to put like an explosion at the end. The
Oh,
end.
wow.
But
Okay,
I
well, I
thought,
can't wait to see it.
but I didn't do that. I just did something more simpler. But this is No Time to Die by the beautiful and wonderful Ellen Williams. It's nice to talk to you, Ellen. Have an excellent, excellent, excellent day, and excellent week. And I hope we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care.
You too.